Hey y'all, welcome to the Homeboy Hangout. Let's chop it up in the Homeboy Hangout. We down here in Atlanta with a few of our brothers from all over Atlanta. We got a cat from Sewanee right here. You gonna say what's up to the people from Sewanee?
No.
All right. Wizard, where you tell me you was from?
I'm from Pendergrass.
Pendergrass. I thought it was called Ithagrass. Oh, lady said he didn't say fuck Ithagrass. He said Pendergrass. I said okay. And you from?
Athens, Georgia. Home of the,
that's not a very popular one.
Home of the university.
We won't talk about that. Not a very popular place. We got a fella here that hails from Europe.
From Cleveland, Ohio.
He hails from Europe by way of Cleveland, Ohio. But they got 7 stories in Europe. We're not going to talk about that. And my man right here, my co-host, Mr. Rebuild himself.
Yeah.
So we just going to chop it up a little bit, man. We really don't have no agenda like always because we want to be genuine. We want to be real.
Organic, if you will.
Organic. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. But I guess I'll start it off, man, by saying I appreciate y'all coming to hang out with me.
Definitely.
Hang out with Mr. Rebuild and do what we do. The old ladies is, man, since I say the old ladies.
Mm-hmm. You brought it up.
Since we started this, I've been getting requests from women like it's the homeboy hangout, but are women allowed? So from my perspective, I'd be like, I don't really care. But from y'all's perspective, what do y'all think? Y'all think women should be allowed?
I'm going to say this. Look here. Do you invite the women to your man cave when you talking about man? Better yet, let's go a little step further. Do you invite the women to the barbershop? That's what we do a lot of our talking at as men, and especially as black men, in the barbershop. Mm. Do we invite women to the barbershop?
Well, see, you got to be careful there. Because if it's a single mama, she's dropping the kid off at the barbershop.
Yeah, I didn't say she wasn't. I didn't say she wasn't welcome. I said, do we invite them? So you being a man back in your prime when you was in college, when you was going, hey, look here, I gotta go get an edge up, I gotta get shopping to the club this weekend. Did you bring your old lady or your girlfriend at that time to the barbershop with you?
Nah, dog, because I was trying to go get one.
Okay then. So I mean. I think it's a coin toss.
Let's speak on the other side because I go to a salon, a loctician. They like to put their hands on do that good stuff. Mm-hmm. It's predominantly women. So like, what would be the difference in me walking in there? I abide by the rules. I say greetings to you queens, and I do what I do. But I get out their way because they want to talk about certain stuff too.
But I say that because you go into their domain.
I do.
The barbershop is our domain, kind of like what the homeboy hangout is. The man cave, the homeboy hangout, our domain. Check. I wouldn't invite him.
But within either domain, the environment is going to change.
It's going to change.
Like before you walk in the room, I guarantee you the environment changed.
Different.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Magic Mike all over the goddamn place.
They was talking about everything. They was acting like we act, right?
Yeah.
Like, you walk in, they said, no, zip your skirt up, girl. You don't want to hear that. That's what they said.
Agreed.
Okay, now we've kind of heard from everybody, but I'm kind of eager to hear the youngest perspective. Because he don't say much, but I'm kind of eager to hear the youngest perspective. Do you think women should be allowed on the Homeboy Hangout podcast?
On the Homeboy Hangout, no, it's a no for me. But like in the salon / barbershop type scenario, I go to a loctician as well, so get my locks done and everything, and it's a mixture between the two. It's like it's some women in there that's gonna be talking their shit, and there's some men in there that's gonna be cutting hair and talking their shit. But it's really just a clash between the two because it's kind of got to equal on common ground.
But it doesn't get too out of hand.
Neutral. It doesn't get out of hand.
Okay.
No, it don't ever get out of hand. It just be just neutral talk. You know what I'm saying?
So what you're really saying is everybody changes to appease everybody.
Everybody adapts to their environment.
So if we had women on here, we would change the way we acted on here, and they would change the way they presented themselves.
Exactly.
And we wouldn't be genuine.
I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think so.
Right. But we talked about BBLs. And one of the things that we talked about was BBLs was you challenged my theory of how I could tell if BBLs were real or not.
Wait. I need you to go reiterate this theory.
Yeah.
This gentleman hasn't heard it.
He ain't
I
heard
won't
it.
tell it.
this.
I
Yeah.
Okay.
He's fresh out of Europe, so
Okay.
he's fresh out of Europe. So I'm gonna tell him my theory. But first, like we talked about BBLs, and one of the things we said about BBLs was we had to have ladies, natural or fake, come in and for us to tell.
Yeah.
We just invited women to the homeboy hangout if we do that.
Yeah. Now that's a social experiment.
It would.
I'm
I can
with
see
you.
that.
I'm with it. What I was saying was to combat what you were meaning. Like, should we have women on the homeboy hangout?
I would agree.
I'm fine with that. But as far as the homeboy hangout being a safe space for women to come to, and we're opening them with welcome arms, are we going to be able to be our true, authentic selves around them?
You will not.
Because you're going to censor yourself based on what you speak. You're going to censor yourself a
You
little
will not
The
be
character
able to
you
speak.
are.
Right. You will
Correct.
not be able
And this
to
nigga is the
The
character.
character.
He is the character.
The character that all these guys
I appreciate you
are.
saying
I'm
that.
not the character.
This nigga is a
That all these guys are.
I
This
know what
nigga's
to
the character.
and not to do. So that's what it is. You will change who you are depending on who's in the room. That's all right.
Right. Well, ladies, I guess you guys are not allowed to come to the
Wait a
homeboy
minute.
hangout unless it's a social.
Experiment. Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's when you're invited.
Right. You
Yeah.
guys are invited to the social experiment.
Been
So
on the top.
when we start talking about the blue diamonds and if y'all should split half and half, you will be invited. Other than that, the BBLs you'll be invited.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when it applies, when applicable.
But it's your house.
But hold on. I got a question. I got a question for you, man.
Yeah.
A young lady asks about a unicorn.
Oh man.
Can you tell me what a unicorn is?
Okay.
Can you tell us what a unicorn is?
So I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm 44,
Mhm.
and she sent me the message.
Me too, nigga. Don't try to act like
Right, you
old,
44
nigga.
also.
Oh, y'all old.
All of us old. You 43, 42.
Easy. Why you gotta put that
I'm
out?
just saying. Gotta let everybody know. Let everybody
He might not want his age out
He
there.
got emotional.
He might not want his age out there.
They should ask.
Nigga say he still look 25 in the face.
Exactly.
He ain't got no gray hairs.
He's not passing for 25.
He ain't got no gray
I was
hair.
like, hey.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But the young lady. You sure you want to do BBLs first?
There you brought it up. Go with the BBL. Go with the BBL first.
But don't let me forget unicorns, man. Because
I'm gonna bring it back.
I was like, huh?
I'm gonna bring it back. Go with the BBLs.
So since my man Lightning has not and Thunder has not heard my perspective on BBLs, this is it. We did a brief podcast. We've broken it down now of how you can tell if a young lady has a real BBL or a real butt.
Hold on, Will. You a real BBL?
Good point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's oxymoron.
Yeah, that's
Modified.
Come on.
You got it. If a young lady has,
A BBL
if she has a BBL,
Or not.
that thing is homegrown.
not homegrown.
And y'all from Georgia? You live in Georgia how long?
12 years.
12 years. All right, so you know some homegrown shit when you see it.
Home of the Georgia peach.
The peach.
The
Yeah.
peach.
You know some shit when you see it.
Yeah.
How long you stayed in Georgia?
I don't live in Georgia.
Yes, you don't live in Georgia.
He hails from Europe.
I do.
Europe to
Black man from Europe.
Ohio.
Ohio.
From birth.
From birth.
Yeah.
From birth.
Yeah.
Oh,
So as I give Cool Breeze a shout out, as I take a swig.
Is that Pepsi?
Yeah.
Leave the Cool Breeze out of that one.
So this is how I tell. If a lady turns around, she got a nice bubble.
Mhm.
And the little fat above her elbows match her bubble is real.
Why you go straight to the elbows?
Because there is a
Wait a minute.
relationship. There is a relationship between the bubble and that little fat above the elbows.
It'll be closer to going to like a kneecap.
No.
No. Because like, listen.
Wait for it.
Okay, I'm waiting. Okay.
The
Give it
bubble
to him. Let him get
and the bubble is flat. The elbow right above there is skinny. If it's a nice little bubble, you might say, "Oh, the elbow don't match. Shit, it's not real." But then you pull a little bit of that fat right there, and it matches. Okay, I'm gonna take it a little step further. Right?
Give me more.
Same thing with calves and boobs.
No. Okay. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You information overload. All right. Now, you just heard this outrageous theory of above the elbow fat. It's going to tell you if a young lady's behind is genuine or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what he hadn't said was, what about the young ladies that actually go to the gym and work out?
Yeah, wait. Yeah, I'm on that page.
Okay.
I'm glad you are.
So when you look at it, right, the ass got to match the thighs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yes. Hold on. Now wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Now the ass is either fat
Uh-huh.
or muscle.
Okay.
That's what the ass is: fat or muscle. All
You're
right.
forgetting one.
What is it?
It's either fat or muscle or flat.
Both.
Well, we're not going to pay attention.
Muscle.
If it's fat, you got to pay attention anyway.
What he said was, when you look at the front, the thigh.
Because we talking about a bubble.
and
We
then
talking
you
about a
have-
BBL.
Wait a minute. When you look at the thighs, you say, man, I know she got a fatty. And then she turn around and she got a flatty. His theory is debunked already.
The ratio.
Yeah, but it's the ratio. It has to have a ratio. Like no, it's at the point where you determine if it's a BBL or not, then it wouldn't be a flat anywhere in the equation.
Exactly. We're talking about BBLs.
Or
We're talking about
yes.
a BBL versus a
Natural.
real homegrown natural peach.
So if it was
Okay.
flat, it wouldn't even.
So
be
we're not
equation.
even talking about flatties right now. We're not even talking about flatties.
But they are in the equation.
They can't be in the equation.
Because of his theory. He said when you see him walking towards you, because you can't tell.
He ain't say nothing about seeing walk. He's relating the ass to the thighs. That's what he's doing.
Because there's a lot of women out there with a BBL and they look like something off of what's it called?
Ants.
Bug's Life.
Yeah,
That's what they look like.
Bug's Life.
But how?
They look like a bunch of Bug's Life and it looks terrible.
But how can you see the thighs?
What you mean? Because the ass don't match the thighs.
Right, but they got to be walking towards you to see the thighs.
Yeah, you got to be walking towards you. You can see a thigh from side profile, back profile.
If they're walking towards you, you wouldn't be guessing if it's a BBL or not.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
No.
She walking towards me and she flexed that elbow. I would say, nah, get your money back.
So she walked towards you, but yet and still you got to look at the back of her arm, which is this way. In order to figure out if it's real.
I'm basing it off of his theory of the thighs.
We are talking about your theory, sir.
Thighs are the
We're
front.
talking about your theory, sir.
Because we're not letting our
We're poking holes in your
thoughts
theory,
win.
not his.
The reason that we look at the elbows is because we are not letting our intrusive thoughts win.
Explain these intrusive thoughts.
And intrusive thoughts is that moment where we know we want to look back here, but yet we prevent that moment because it will be socially awkward.
Okay, now, sir, it sounds like you're piggybacking off of what.
No,
now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Yeah. Have you ever seen a young lady with a nice bubble on it, and you look, that thing is right, and then you went directly to her elbow, and it didn't match?
Never.
It didn't match his theory. The elbow fat wasn't there. It was a tone. It was a tone tricep.
Well,
So you seen that? You have.
Because, like we said, we didn't let our intrusive thoughts win.
Uh-huh.
Our conversation is, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. You just so happen to have an embrace.
Mm-hmm.
You notice the elbow fat.
Okay. It was none.
But there was none.
But when your hand went down,
No hand went down. But when they walk away,
when they
walk away, you will observe their presence.
there was a bump.
You see that?
Okay, so now, hold.
It's going to do something.
So now, at that point, is that real or fake?
From that point, based off his theory, you should be able to figure one out. Because the things won't match. You know, you're not jumping up on anybody.
So he's saying it's fake. Are you saying it was fake?
Based off of elbow fat, you could tell whether it was fake.
I ain't going off elbow fat.
I think you could if we based it off of it.
Okay.
Because like you said, if you're a gym buff,
okay,
you want to go to the gym.
And that's what I'm about to ask you. That's what I'm about to ask you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about to ask you. I frequent the gym a little bit.
Okay.
Now I done seen all kinds of shit besides at the gym.
Yeah.
All right. I don't frequent the gym as much as I used to now. But hey,
But you doing what you do.
Disclaimer. But now, what I'm saying is, I've seen plenty of bubbles in the gym
Yeah.
with young ladies with firm, defined triceps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, none of that made me think, she got triceps popping. That bubble must be fake.
Okay.
Nothing came to mind to make me think.
Would her workouts let you know that?
Huh?
Would her workouts let you know that? Based off the exercises that she only wants to do.
Only wants to do.
You know if you're
okay.
You know, we've been in the gym.
Okay, so we know the hip thrust, we know the RDLs, we know the squat queens.
You gotta maintain that progress.
Exactly. The lunges, the Bulgarian
But
squats.
you're not balancing the core workout. You just working on
Yeah.
things
So,
that you purchased.
so I'm trying to enjoy swimming in my drink, but now you guys are taking me to the professionalism of this thing.
I mean, it's
That's what I mean to do, sir.
There is no way to spot reduce. So if you're doing cardio or you're doing strength training, if your elbows are shrinking, your backside is shrinking also.
as well.
So what I'm saying,
You about to put holes on that.
Bro, you
Go
can
ahead.
you can do
Go ahead.
Wait a minute.
Spot reduce. Okay.
Wait a minute. I'm just trying to tell you. You know, and I'm gonna let him co-sign
Exactly.
that I'm excellent at my profession.
Okay, so
Let's go for it. Come on. Give it to me.
Just because you look at the back of the elbow
Mhm.
and it seems like it's small, you have yet to grab that fat and pull, and that measurement will match the backside measurement every time.
Okay. Now this goes completely against what I just said. This goes completely against what I just said.
okay.
I just said I've seen women in the gym with firm triceps popping.
You didn't touch it.
Huh?
You didn't touch it.
I don't have to touch it. Look here. I ain't got to touch my tricep to know I got a firm tricep right here.
But you know,
Ain't nobody got to touch it to know there is no fat right
I'm
here.
not so sure.
We
Huh?
not measuring
I'm
your
not so
circumference.
sure.
There is.
I say you pull it. You need
Hey,
to
look,
pull
he
it.
got a firm tricep and pause. He ain't got no ass either.
Let's call some women here. Let's call some women here. I done did squats in my lifetime. I got hamstring curls under me. Look at here.
So in my theory, he just proved it. He has a tight elbow and no ass at all.
I did not say that. I said I did squats. I have hamstring curls under my repertoire. So yes, I do have glute muscles as well.
So back to what I was saying.
Okay.
Either you got ass with fat or you got ass with muscle. And your thighs will match.
Will match.
It will match.
There is a ratio.
There is a
There is a
ratio.
ratio.
And if there is not a ratio,
That has zero to do with the elbow.
Your
That's a
thighs-
thigh. That's a thigh what this man is
Your
pointing out.
thighs will not always match.
Well, let's go back to what you said. You can't spot reduce. You can't
cannot-
spot reduce.
You cannot spot
Now,
reduce.
what I was speaking about is in the gym with these women that had triceps and had a nice bubble. This gentleman right here just said, why did they have a nice bubble? Because we disagree. They were doing squats.
Agreed.
They were doing
Yeah,
RDLs.
they know what they
They were doing hip thrusts.
Yeah, they're feeling
Okay,
it. Yeah,
they were doing Bulgarian
very much
squats.
so.
Okay, so now what I can't tell you is whether or not it was firm or if it was soft, but it was a bubble with a tricep.
All I'm saying is, you saw a tricep. The tricep curve happens right here. The back of the elbow fat happens right here.
And we talking about in a relaxed state.
In a relaxed state.
relaxed
Not making the muscle. Not making the muscle.
I see.
Well, I guess we gonna agree to disagree.
We gonna have to.
I'm gonna tell y'all out there, like when y'all go out and y'all see these women, y'all make sure y'all check the elbow.
hey,
Look
listen,
at-
I ain't never heard.
I'm inviting all women with BBLs to the show
Okay.
because I would like to conduct a social
This is a
experiment.
social experiment.
Social experiment.
That's my disclaimer.
Yes, sir.
So we can see this gentleman's thought process is even
It's just
factual.
a theory.
Theory
That's
is
pretty
even
much
in
factual with me.
I ain't never heard about no back
elbow fat.
It's
Elbow
new.
fat.
Now, I heard
That's
that
a new one to me.
if Big Mama has some elbow fat, the food's gonna be good. I
Is
heard
it
that
nasty?
one.
So
I
she
heard
can
that
burn in the
Have you ever
kitchen.
seen it nasty? It's
But
never
listen-
been nasty.
But listen, my man say, you guys are very argumentative to dismiss my theory because it's my theory. However, we just talked about Cat Williams.
Uh-oh.
We don't know if any of the shit he said was real
True or not?
but we immediately believed him because he was Cat Williams.
No.
Because
I immediately believed him because nobody came forth and said the nigga was lying.
Touche.
Everybody who we named never came forward and said, "Oh, he's telling a bold face." Ricky Smiley never came forward and said this lie. Steve Harvey never came forward and said he was lying.
Steve said.
But and we didn't immediately just believe him, but I also agree. Like when people say, "Oh, this is conspiracy theory." Well, conspiracy theory, you gotta have
Some type of truth
Some type of
behind it. Yeah.
All I'm saying
They
is
get-
go home tonight. Go home tonight if you got an old lady. The people here in the room, I know people got old ladies here in the room. Go home tonight, right? Don't tell her what you're doing.
Pull
Grab your
elbow.
old lady's elbow right above the elbow. Pull it, and then turn around, honey, and look at it. And if it matches, don't call me. Just say, man.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Please do.
I want to hear about this unicorn.
Conduct this
sir.
experience.
I need to understand.
Please do. Please do.
I ain't never
Yes.
heard of this.
You got
Please
that.
As we continue on, we're gonna stay with the BBL
Oh, okay.
for just a second, man.
Yeah.
Then we gonna get to the unicorn.
Man.
But we also went a little further in that podcast, and we say, do you prefer a
BBL?
BBL or not?
Yeah.
Now, if you can't answer these questions,
Who are these women getting BBLs for?
you.
Yeah, damn lot. Damn lot.
Wait
They
a
are getting
minute.
BBLs for each other.
Nah, man.
They are getting BBLs for other women.
Wait. I mean, I'm kind of like ignorant on the BBLs a little bit.
Okay.
On the process of getting it. So, are we talking about taking fat from like their stomach and putting it in the ass, and that's what makes the BBL, or are they putting silicone in there?
Now, there's variations of both.
You should
Okay.
take both.
They
Take
do.
both.
They do both.
There's even a scenario where they will cut that fat right there, suck it out right there.
Taking it out of the elbow fat.
Tighten it.
Taking it out of the elbow fat. And putting it back there.
Thank you, sir.
So it ain't match.
So they
Yeah,
go
so they
back.
But that makes it not match. If they do that theory, that makes it not match.
That
Because
makes
now
it
they
not
have no
match.
more elbow fat.
So that's why he knows it's a BBL.
Okay.
So he's going out for that one procedure.
It's emotion. It's emotion.
To make it make sense.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh. Okay.
Okay, I got it. Just hit everybody with the umbrella.
Shit.
But they ain't got no fat.
Okay.
It's fake.
You know, but if you guys, I'm gonna say this: if you guys, and be careful how you answer. If you guys were single, would you prefer a lady with a BBL? The young one, you got to comment on this one too. Would you prefer a lady with a BBL or a nice natural round bump? The flatty's not even. We're not even.
We're not. Okay, now when you hold on. Okay. Now the BBLs are supposed they're man-made, so they're supposed to be symmetric and perfect.
Everything.
If they're
Now,
perfect, not the ones that are messed up.
Everything they
No,
thought
okay.
we want.
Now,
Right.
are you saying a perfect one versus a natural one that may be the gumdrop, it may be the little
Ooh,
cuff,
the heart shape.
Wait,
it may be the heart shape.
Wait.
Yes.
You said symmetrical. I ain't never seen an unsymmetrical ass.
Oh, they're out there.
You
BBL.
said like one flat cheek and one nice cheek.
Now one might be lower than the other.
One might be a little bit lower.
You never even know.
Doc might have put it a little bit more on that right
You never
now.
know.
Are you talking about with a BBL?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about a natural.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So what would you prefer? A regular, nice, natural bum or a nice,
What
BBL.
stimulates your mental?
Yeah. Now now the natural, like you said, they come in all sexual sizes. Now the heart shape, one with a little cuff at the end, the ones that surprise you.
Little poop box.
Me
Yeah.
personally,
Little
poop box.
if you do the procedure where you take the fat from your stomach, and
Natural.
put it in your ass,
What's the natural? The natural look.
hold on, wait,
Oh,
hold on.
let's make it.
If you do the procedure, when you take your fat
Mhm.
and transplant it to another part of your body,
Mhm.
then that's good. But I don't think I would like the silicone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I
okay.
can't do that.
But okay. Now, even still, you pick whichever one.
Natural.
Natural.
No.
Oh, now you said the transfer fat.
That's unnatural.
That's not natural.
That's not natural.
Right.
Okay.
That's what you prefer natural.
So would you prefer the transfer of fat or would you prefer the natural?
Natural.
You going natural?
Natural.
What you say? Natural?
Natural.
Natural.
You going natural?
Natural.
You're messing that. What do you say? As long as the elbow.
You gotta check the
What you say? What you say?
I prefer all natural, whether it's a flatty or a nice bump. I prefer natural.
And I'm going natural.
Right.
So that leads to that alludes to my next statement, which was the women do BBLs for other women. They don't do them for men because they didn't ask their man when they went and got this BBL. Hey, babe, you think I should get a BBL? They didn't ask their man that. What they did was they seen Keisha walk out the beauty salon. They said, "Damn, Keisha got a big ass. I want one of those." Keisha, what you do? You going to the gym? Nah. Dr. Miami did mine. Give me his number. And then they shoot their ass out to the Miami, the DR, or wherever. Then they go get Dr. Miami's.
But see, when Rico was dropping her off and Keisha walked out, Rico looked and said, "Damn, girl." And then the old lady said, "Shit, I'm going to go to Dr. Miami too." And Rico looking at her ass like that, "I'm going to go to Dr. Miami too."
Now the thing about it is, I've seen a woman with a perfectly fine natural ass.
Correct.
Mhm.
Perfectly fine.
Mhm.
Talk about she want a BBL. Now, why in the fuck do you want to go change what you got naturally into some unnatural shit and is fabricated, is not what God gave you?
Because of what he just said. Because she just
Because
seen
she
Rico drop his jaw looking at Keisha come out the beauty salon
Exactly.
who has a BBL that is out here. And she just seen Rico drop his jaw looking at that. So, hey, I want that impression.
Exactly.
I want that too.
Exactly.
Not realizing what she already has
Not realizing.
is more than enough.
Nice.
That's the biggest thing about it.
Nice.
It's like
Like you
it's
said,
it's already straight how it is,
Mhm.
but you want to go and change it and try to add on to it.
Mhm.
Nah, just leave it like it is, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, but that shit look nasty if you got a 44-inch ass and your thigh is only 10, 12 inches.
That goes back to what you were saying. That goes back to what you were saying.
Or
Thighs
with
and
the
ass
waist.
don't match.
If your hips and your backside is way out here, your waist is like a half inch.
Like you said, I ain't gonna really say that's for competition within the female. Let me cross another line. Let's just say it's attention.
Attention?
Attention. I ain't gonna say it's a negative, but everybody wants a form of confidence.
Yep.
And in that atmosphere and in that circle where these women are comparing asses at that moment in time, one of them wants something that's a little bit different than the other. I'm okay with that. But like I said, but did you ask Rico? You did not ask Rico.
did not ask your man.
I prefer. You just said, hey, I like the way I look in this or that in this atmosphere.
See,
Right?
to me, I feel like nowadays women treat asses like purses.
Okay.
All right. They see
Excessive.
Keisha with a nice purse.
Yeah.
And then they see Rochelle with an even nicer purse.
Mhm.
I want that. Now, can you tell me what's your favorite purse? Hey, can you tell me what's your favorite purse?
Depends on the mood, right?
I don't give a fuck what kind of purse the bitch got.
Doesn't work.
Oh, the other lady. Sorry, my bad.
He's
My
been
bad.
swimming in his glass already. He's swimming, y'all. Forgive me for that.
I don't care what kind of purse the young lady has. It makes no difference to me. All right, I'm not judging that off of a purse.
Okay.
The same thing is what I'm implying. Is what I'm saying is these women don't do these changes for men. They do it for other women. Because if you're a young lady and you notice what kind of young ladies that's walking beside the purse she has, oh, that's real, that's fake. Or that's a Fendi, or that's a Chanel. And she can look at that and tell right there off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this young lady has a new Birkin. I got to go get me the freshest Birkin out there now because she's out doing it.
I want a Birkin too.
Now they relate that to her ass. This young lady has the nice ass. Hey, where'd you go?
Yeah.
I'm about to do the same, but I got to do it better than her.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can dig it.
the BBL thing is just like the old saying, keep it up with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But that goes for anything, like for men and women. Like, shoot, you got a fast car, I got a fast car, you got more horsepower. So I'm gonna sit there and figure out how I'm gonna get more horsepower into my car. Same thing with women. Women like to take care of themselves. They see old girl with a nice ass and see the reaction they get from other men. Of course they're gonna do
I
it.
like the comparison. I like the
keep up with the
comparison.
Joneses.
Good analogy.
So it depends on what you're
Excellent
into,
analogy.
what you're willing to put your time, money, and effort into. And then that's what it is.
Well, we gotta omit effort. We gotta take effort. Because if they go out to the doctor, they ain't putting much effort in.
Well, they had to make the effort to get the money and to get
He already crossed the T with money. With finance, he already crossed the T. So we already talked about money.
Right.
The effort, I mean, if you want to put effort in as far as booking a plane ticket to fly to wherever it is, okay, that's effort. All right, that's effort. But what? So, but I'm not gonna say that's not the effort that men put into cars because hey, I might like the term riches myself, so I put more effort into it than the gentleman that came over here and said, hey, I'm about to put all these stacks in. I'm gonna take it to such and such and let them do all of it. This is what I want it to look like.
So y'all know I asked the weird questions.
Yeah.
My job is to get the responses out of you guys.
Oh.
We've already identified that the women get BBLs because other girls look at it or whatever, or Rico like his homegirls, whatever. Right. So now my question is, when you drop your lady off at work, and my man Jock walk by, and your old lady look at him and she see the print, and she like, oh Jesus, and your print ain't there. Do you go and add something to make your print like Jock print, or do you just say, You get what you get.
What are you talking about? Because people are actually doing that now.
I know. That's what I'm asking it.
They getting the extensions.
Right.
Who let you out the house wearing something like that? Because mine won't.
I'm just saying. Are you guys? Or what are your thoughts on guys that are now going to get? I don't even know what you call them. What do you call it?
Penis extensions.
He said penis extension.
Penis extensions.
Penile extensions.
Penis extension. And would a woman really respect a guy? Because this, the world is
Hey, look here.
double sided.
I don't think the women give a damn about if it's an extension or not. if it's the size that she like and that motherfucker work, she don't care if you bought it, if God gave it to you, or if you're renting it from your homeboy. She don't give a damn about none of that.
That's because she don't know.
So you think it's different if she knows?
If she knows, she probably will.
Ah.
If she knows, she probably will feel some kind of way. It's the same thing with hair.
You do
if
a
you
lot
go
of
out,
probability for women. I need a woman here to answer that
Yeah,
question.
But listen, it's just like hair. If a woman looks at a man, right, and she knows he's grown his hair out, she's like, yo, your dress to this, your dress to that, locks. Locks, yada. It is what it is. But if she knows he had a brush cut on Friday, and on Monday morning at work, he got locks down to his back.
Yep.
Her opinion changes.
Yep.
Her opinion changes
Her opinion
of the fella.
Okay.
So if she knew, like let's say my man stroked her for Valentine's Day, and she was like, he got a little woman, but I can work with it. And then he come back on his birthday, which happens to be in March, and he lay that thing down.
Yeah.
And she said,
where did that come from? Where'd that come from?
Well, his birthday can't be that soon, but he gotta recover.
You gotta recover. Let's say it's July. He working on 4th of July. We
a little bit further down.
Focus.
Yeah, and he put it down, and she like, that ain't nothing like what I remember. Does she have the same respect for him?
Yeah, we
And
need a
this
female
judge-
in that conversation.
Need a
Definitely
female.
need a
So we'll
female.
leave it alone. We're going
Yeah,
to
that's different now.
Hey, ladies, let us know what your response is. If you would like a man with a penis extension, or you would not like a man with a penis extension.
And before and after.
Because he wanna talk
about it.
Before and after.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Say for instance, you went on a business trip, and the old lady got a BBL, and you come back and you just can't.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. So
See,
how you feel?
She's different. Old lady got a BBL. I'm already committed to her mind. See,
Well, she ain't tell you.
Check.
Yeah.
He said old lady though.
Hit
He
the
said old
boxes.
lady.
Hit the boxes.
Check. I'm already committed to her mind. We're gonna leave that one alone right now. We're gonna leave that one in Europe on the 7th floor. But let's go ahead to this unicorn thing, please. So as I've been doing these podcasts, I've been getting these topics. You should talk about this. You should talk about that. You should talk about this. So I got this one topic. Young lady sent me the comment. She said, hey, you should talk about why unicorns are so rare. Now, I'm 44. I ain't experiencing the world as a lot of people are. In my mind, I say, this chick crazy. What's wrong with her? Talking about damn unicorns. Unicorns ain't real. So I work with younger people.
They were once upon a time.
Yeah, I work with younger people, and they like to hear about the podcast and the comments. And I was like, I got this really strange one, last night. And they was like, what? I said, this one young lady asked me why unicorns so rare. And they started giggling. I was like, what? She's crazy, right? And they was like, nah. Unicorns is a representation of a husband and a wife, or a boyfriend and a girlfriend inviting that other person in to the bedroom. Thus making it a unicorn.
Thank you.
I was like, holy
Who knew it was
moly.
called that? Who knew it was called that?
I was like, holy moly, like I didn't know, like I thought she was crazy. But I guess I gotta pose a question to you all.
Well, you said husband and wife invite who?
Another young lady.
Or
I guess it could be a man too.
It could be one.
It could be either or.
Yeah.
oh, so just
a third
third
party.
party.
A third person.
And that's called a unicorn.
Okay.
I was like, what? So I guess I'm posing the question to you all. I don't know the answer to.
I thought that was more like a pineapple type thing.
It's all different concepts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's pineapple?
Pineapple, I thought it was like a thing for swingers. Like,
swingers.
you put a pineapple in front of your door or something like that at your house. Now that you know that house is
You are
like,
welcome.
swinging.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I didn't know
So
that.
I didn't know that. So now my question is, my brother, how many pineapples are on your door?
I ain't got no pineapple.
Just because he don't want it.
Hold on now. Wait a minute.
Hey, before we go further, now if this you inviting a third party into your bedroom, I just want to be clear. If you are a couple, male, female, and you invite a male to your bedroom, it is a train. If you are a couple, male and female, and you invite a female to your bedroom, it is now a threesome. Are we in agreement on that?
I gotta say because we are like-minded, masculine individuals. We would think that way. You know, two guys and a girl would be called a train. Mm-hmm. But other people who talk about unicorns and stuff, it would be called whatever they call it.
From my knowledge of this form, that train would be somebody that is neutral. Would you agree? Like everybody can go in their own separate way because it's you as a single, he is a single.
Okay.
When it becomes a couple, that would have to change because those people aren't going anywhere else.
So that makes it a unicorn. So
I would think that'd have a little more weight to it.
Okay, so if a male, female, couple or couple, we're gonna go with couple first. Invite a male into their bedroom.
That's a choice between that couple.
I would think. But did that young lady just have two men plow her
because she had a choice?
Because choice about you.
I'm agreeing.
She has a choice,
but she can go up on her own after that interaction has taken place. Okay, and then he goes on his way, and he goes on his way, and they are individuals. But now, as a couple, you know, you got to have a little more understanding of what the plan gonna be.
What the plan beforehand?
I would think. Okay. But just that was what I was thinking about. Would it be a train? Because somebody allowed, hey, I want this for this situation, but for it to be swinging, we have an understanding. This ain't no accident. We're gonna try to do what we want to do, in my opinion.
Okay.
But that's what I was just thinking about when we said train to be three individuals want to be like, hey, what you feel like? But now as a swinging thing, we're gonna have a little more understanding because everybody can't just come this direction just because they're feeling good about the moment. Right now.
That's more like the unicorn.
That's more like the unicorn.
So I'm gonna ask you.
Say word. I can answer.
How many unicorns have you had at your door?
Not none. But the mature mind that I have, I'm gonna say I wouldn't be opposed to.
Okay. You wouldn't be?
I'm kind of with my old
lady. My old lady will pull out that pistol, toss that mug to me, and tell me, "Shoot yourself."
But I'm not going to disclose what if my old lady says she wants something, and I'm into what she wants.
What if she says she want a guy?
I say we discuss another plan. I'm not interested at that point in time in my life. But at the same time, we can make a range.
We could not allow that.
I'm cool with that. But we're discussing it before this person shows up, and I have to do something that might lead me to jail time. But you know, other than that,
right. But like you said, you're able to discuss other arrangements.
Other arrangements. You know, I'm not opposed to. We are free to do what we want to do, but I'm just saying, in my arrangement,
I mean, but not on anybody.
I'm 43. Let's say that one more time. I'm 43.
You are how old?
You see, man?
30.
What's your take on this?
I mean, to each his own, you know what I'm saying?
I think my drink kicking in, man. My drink kicking in.
I like it.
Well, I know.
I feel like to each his own, man. Like, if you invite another female into your bedroom, then that dynamic has to go the way that you and your wife or you and your significant other foresee it going. As far as inviting another man into your bedroom, and that's just beyond me. Like, you know, I'm not with that, but
it's choice.
Everybody has their own choice.
Right. So. There's gonna be some rules.
Definitely gonna be some rules.
There's gonna be some rules. Yeah. I can see that.
Looking at me.
No.
Like none of them bring big games.
We're good.
I mean, from my own perspective,
it's a choice.
We have had other females join us in the bedroom, and it's been delightful. I mean, it's been everything that it's cracked up to be, but it's just. It's you opening up Pandora's box. You know what I'm saying? Like, every woman ain't gonna gravitate towards the same things that this woman gravitates towards. This woman might gravitate towards, I like to eat pussy. What do you say to that?
Yeah.
What do you say to your woman likes to eat another woman's pussy?
Yes, I'll just have to wait my turn.
That's deep, bro. That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep because I mean, like especially like let's say you and your lady have never had those type of experiences, and then after 20 years of dating or marriage, your old lady says, "Hey, I wanna, lick her twice."
See what the pussy tastes like.
And you like, it's been my job all these years. And now all of a sudden you want to take my job. That alone could lead to, I'm not.
It could lead to that, but if you keep it open minded and you say, "Oh, you want to indulge in that? Go right ahead." Who am I to stop you?
She's gonna give you a fist pound.
Does that keep
Give
your
you
old
the
lady
same
from doing it
respect to
behind
you,
your
brother?
back?
Within rules and confines. We're gonna discuss arrangements. Yeah, I can see that.
I like the talk situation that you keep.
You best believe we're gonna do that.
You gotta have that conversation. Open lines of
We got
communication.
to talk.
You gotta talk.
Yeah.
Definitely has to be a conversation, regardless of what
Shoot
the
shot.
dynamic is.
Yeah, shoot a shot. Just see if you want to know.
Definitely has to be a conversation first and foremost before anything.
Yo, bro, I see you going somewhere.
Nah, man, we gonna jump. I'm gonna jump off the unicorn stuff because I feel like for the sanctity of who we are, and where we are, what we are, and what we do, we better leave that conversation alone.
Leave that
I'm gonna take it to another thing. We get a little bit more serious. Like I went to Walgreens, Walmart, Kroger, Publix. Today is what, like January 13th?
Right.
14th now.
14th now. I didn't see not one Martin Luther King thing in any of those stores.
Now, when you say Martin Luther King thing, what are we looking for?
No
apparel.
There's no Martin Luther King apparel.
Okay.
There's no Martin Luther King birthday celebrations. There's none of that.
Did you see George Washington in that?
I did not.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
But wait a minute. I did not see any MLK stuff. And then in my mind, I said, well, February's next month. The marketing world likes to get ahead of things. And I look for Black History slogans. I look for Black History paraphernalia. I just look for anything Black History. But the only thing I could find in any of these stores was chocolates and hearts and Valentine's Day gifts. Like, as a society that we say, and we're all Black men here. We are important. We are gifted, talented, whatever we are. And MLK supposedly set the way for things to happen for us. Why is there no celebration? Why is there no recognition other than your proverbial MLK Day parade? You know what I'm saying? Why is Valentine's Day more important than MLK Day, more important than Black History Month as a whole? Why?
That's a great point. Great question. And I'm going to state the obvious. Because others don't care about that. Because the others don't really view that as something that was a monumental point in life, because it wasn't for their life. It was for ours, for everybody of color. It was monumental for us, not for them.
I have an opinion.
And I say this because when you look at it, like you said, you went to the Walmarts, you went to the Targets, and you seen Valentine's Day stuff. Does your job celebrate MLK Day? In your profession, does your job say, hey, you know what? It's MLK Day on Monday. Take the day off with pay. I don't expect you to be here. Does your job do that?
So,
and 9 times out of 10, it's a no.
Yeah, they don't recognize that day.
No.
But does your job recognize that?
My job will play a video for the people we serve.
Okay.
Maybe an hour, maybe even 2 hours.
I'll take that.
But for the Black employees that we have, it ain't said to not come or come.
Yeah.
So I take it upon myself on MLK Day from this year forward. It's a vacation day for me.
Okay.
So I feel like
do you have to notify your boss in advance for that?
I tell her I'm taking a vacation day on this day.
Okay. So then the answer to my question is not recognized. It's not recognized.
It's not recognized by them.
Right.
However, my real question is it freaking recognized by us How many of us just said, "Hey, I'm not working MLK Day"?
Well, it's funny that you say that.
Thank you.
All right, so I live in Tennessee.
Mm.
I'm here in Atlanta during this weekend because today I went to the Martin Luther King Historical Center here in Atlanta, and I visited the museum there, the National Museum, and I visited the what's it called, the Ebenezer Baptist Church.
Okay.
They I was mad because they only open for certain hours, so I didn't get a chance to get in the inside, but I took photos outside.
Right.
In honor of Martin Luther King. And the main reason why I came down here, because my son's school, Halloween came, they had all this stuff decorated for Halloween.
Right.
And a couple weeks ago, I asked my son, I was like, hey, what did they talk about Martin Luther King in school? They ain't talking about nothing with Martin Luther King. My son is 9 years old, third grade. They ain't talking about Martin Luther King at all in his class. He come home, he can tell us all about Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Which we don't do Santa Claus in my household.
Okay.
All right, we don't do Christmas trees and any of that in my household.
Gotcha.
And we don't celebrate Halloween. So when all the kids go to the Halloween and bring their little Halloween costumes and everything, my son didn't wear a costume.
Okay. No.
It's not Christ-centered.
Yeah.
So when they do all that stuff for Halloween, all that stuff for Christmas, but they don't do anything for Martin Luther King, it kind of raised red flags.
Yeah. Right.
So thank God I have my wife, and she was like, hey, we're going to go to Atlanta, where we at right now.
Since we're here.
Yeah. Right. For the Martin Luther King weekend. And that's why we're here right now, because my 9-year-old son didn't get anything, but guess what? My 6-year-old in kindergarten, he was coming home talking about Martin Luther King. So the kindergarten teacher was on it. Third grade teacher wasn't.
Was not.
So was one of them black and one was white?
No, they both white.
Which one's pro-black then? Or
one is just doing his job.
Doing their job.
Doing their job.
Okay.
Exactly. One is just doing their job.
Thank you.
Celebrating the federal holiday, as it should be. And he's teaching the kindergartners what Martin Luther King did. My son, 6 years old, come on, like, yeah, Martin Luther King, he's a leader. He's a hero.
Now, I'm gonna jump in on this. Sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna jump in on this. I work for the transportation industry. All right. I'm a truck driver. All right. So I don't work. I don't get paid. I took the day off. I took MLK Day off. All right. And my job understood that. Hey, they didn't force me. Look here. They didn't say any pushback. You want to come to work? Nah, I'm taking this day off. Whatever needs to be transported, they'll figure it out.
They will.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay it'll sit until Tuesday when I get there and I crank my truck up.
See, my point is, like, when we start as a people start recognizing these days and looking past the importance of what we think money is, we will start to make a difference. Because my job, the people that the lower level people, as many of us are at my job, that work to make sure everything works and is satisfied. Yeah. If we think to ourselves, hey, we're not coming to work on Martin Luther King birthday, that would be such an impact to the whole. Something will have to change.
Yes.
You know, however, you find a lot of lower level employees that make, what's the minimum wage now? Like $10, $8, $10?
That's like 12. Yeah, I want to say it's like 10, 11.
I don't know what it is.
Still not enough.
I don't know what it is. However, let's say it's $80 you make for that day.
Are we going by in North Carolina or Georgia? Minimum. Okay, I'm going to find out what minimum wage is.
$7.25, I think.
Okay.
So we'll say you make $60 for that day. For one day in a month, you take off. If you don't blow $60 that month, you just say what was really important to you as the day of Martin Luther King birthday. And that celebration. But the real thing is, as my man takes his naps like normal, the real thing is, the real thing is, how many of us are going to respect ourselves and what the day and who he was for a people to say, hey, it's important for us not to work this day.
And the minimum wage is $7.25.
$7.25, right. So you do 8 times 7, what's that? 40, 48, 56. $56. Bottle of tequila costs $22. You almost halfway there right there. Don't buy that bottle. You know what I'm saying? But I think as a people, man, we got to put more focus on, and it ain't got to be like outlandish focused. It's like small stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Small stuff.
So would you do the same thing for Juneteenth?
I'm glad you took me there. I was gonna go back to Black History Month first.
Okay, my bad. I'm reading your wavelength, sir. My bad. I'm jumping ahead.
Because you know we talk about this. Yeah, you know we talk about this. You know, but like you will say, "Hey man, what you doing for 4th of July?" And everybody will have a freaking plan of what they're gonna do for 4th of July.
Firecrackers,
right?
Yeah.
But you can say, "Hey, what you doing for Juneteenth?" And everybody's like, "I don't know, man. Juneteenth on a Wednesday this year."
Yeah.
So I can't really do nothing on a Wednesday. You could also take that day off.
I can say in this area, these things aren't promoted as well as they should be, but they do happen. They do happen, and there's a lot of festivals for MLK Day. They're gonna carry it on this whole weekend, to be honest.
So in Atlanta, though.
Exactly. But like you said,
you said in this area they're not really carried out.
Oh, it is. It is. Like, we know what's going on. It's
big.
just to be in this area. It's not promoted as well. So anybody that's outside, you just know that
Right.
Atlanta where Homewood and all these things that books do teach us.
Yeah.
But they do happen. Being that y'all are coming in, you may have not seen it as well, but they out there. I don't know how I personally feel about it being commercialized just because it's in Walmart. I don't really want you to put it up in Walmart because you're going to take it down tomorrow. You know, I know his birthday is the day that you want to sell.
Takes the
But
relevance away.
you know, I know you make a profit. That's just my opinion. Juneteenth is growing. Oh, it's definitely growing, and as more people learn about it, they're gonna start having these holidays. But like you said, now I like the idea of a quiet form of protest just to see our importance. That makes a lot of sense. But yet we haven't discussed it that way. We just say, you know anything about Juneteenth?
Right.
Most people don't.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna say like at my job, the lower to middle workforce probably makes up about 75% at my job.
That's a hit.
And we not to let people think that we don't care about what we do because we love taking care of our seniors because that's what we do, take care of the senior population. However, if 75% of your workforce don't show up on a holiday that the federal government recognizes as a holiday, the state government recognizes as a holiday, but your company doesn't recognize as a holiday, what will your company be doing soon? And now those seniors that we take care of, a small percentage of them come to me and they say, "Tim, why are you working today?
Correct.
Why are you here on Juneteenth? That's for your people."
Your people.
All right.
So the people that you work for, they
I'll just say they're other, predominantly other.
But I like that they recognize it. That's dope. That's a dope feel, you know.
Now that makes me feel good that the people that I work with not the people that pay me to work, the other people that I actually take care of, they recognize that, like, "Hey, Tim, man, you should be here." Or they walk and they say, "Tim, happy Juneteenth." Happy Juneteenth, man. Like, why are you really here? Go take it easy.
I like when his brother gets into these moves.
Hey,
you notice he recognizes himself as Tim. He was the firstborn. He was the firstborn. Okay, first Tim. Yeah.
I mean, but these are the things that we have to think about if we want the changes.
Yeah,
that's right.
These are the things we got to think about. If we want to make changes without having people view us as what they viewed us for all our lives. Like they see the dreads, they see the locks, they've seen the angry black man,
right?
Or the female that can't stand white women,
right?
Instead of showing that, man, like show the impact another way, and let's grow as a people from it. Like
the black guy with tats,
all tatted up. The black guy all tatted up.
Or the black guy with braids,
like I had
braided up.
Like it.
Oh my!
Since we going, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. You got me on. I ain't even gonna say work. You got me on it, but some of these things occurred at work, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I hope it don't fire because I love my job.
He said, "Don't worry about where you work at."
I ain't gonna say where I work at.
Yeah.
So, we had a meeting about changing, some construction and stuff. And it was my turn to speak. And I stood up and talked like I talk about why we need to change and what we need to change. And afterwards, this Caucasian gentleman said to me, he said, "Man, Tim, I didn't know you could articulate like that."
See that word right there.
Is that right?
And in my mind, like, did you automatically assume that I could not articulate?
Right.
Like, why did you automatically assume that?
I am that one in 99.
But it's more of us in that 99 than what they think. It's more like 98 out of 99. But they like, hey, yeah, that's what we got him on our team.
They say well spoken. That's another one.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really offended by that, and
you should have been. You should have been.
And he was giving you a compliment, but didn't realize he was actually offending you.
Right.
By saying this
by
to
saying
you.
it the way he said it.
Yeah.
You know, didn't realize that. You know, then I heard this too. You know, I put my do-rag on not to mess my hair up before I put my toboggan on and leave for the day. Okay. And, you know, one of my coworkers don't really know what they saying. You know, oh, you got on your thug gear today.
Ooh. What was your response?
Yeah, I'm curious. Did you look at him like that, like you're looking right now in the camera?
Now, I will say that this coworker is around me all the time. So she probably was not trying to say what she said, but she said it.
She got comfortable.
No. Yeah.
Well,
so you gave her leeway because she's comfortable.
I ain't gonna really say she comfortable. I say, what do you mean by that? She was like, oh, Jesus.
Correct.
I'm not trying to do nothing like
so she immediately backed out of it.
Right, like, you know, I love you to death. Like I said, so I mean, you gotta be careful with how you say stuff to certain people, you know, based off of your expectations sometimes. You know?
I have a point.
But I'm gonna get off my soapbox because I can go all day, man.
Yeah.
Like, man, I can remember when I was 14 years old playing baseball. And some white guys passed by the back of the field, and I was pretty good, and I've been playing good all night. And the best thing they could do to try to offend me was pass by me and scream, nigga, 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 nigga. I'm gonna go catch this ball.
Correct.
You know, you're not offending me. But why do they feel like they have to be ignorant that really affects us? At the same time, we gotta learn how not to let it affect us.
That's what I was about to say.
What they're trying to do.
Because probably for the other black little boy, 2 games prior to you that they did that to, he turned around and cussed them out or fussed back at him while the ball was being hit, and now all of a sudden the ball drops and they're like, oh, man, I should have caught that.
Correct.
He picks it up,
right?
And now they've won.
But how do you talk? Like, we are grown-ups now. Like, I've been very strong throughout my life, and you know, not letting stuff affect me. But not everybody has. But as a grown-up, how do you teach your kids?
Thank you. Because I was about to say we've grown up completely differently,
right?
Because me in that other element, you saying that to me. If I'm playing a game and you saying that to me, I guarantee you won't come over here and say that.
Yeah. Respond.
Right. Come on over here. Right. I give you all the nigga you looking for.
Yeah.
I promise you.
You asked for the whole one.
You asked for the whole one.
Yeah.
Nigga here.
Yeah, he here.
Yeah. So, and I commend you for being a 14-year-old young man with that type of force, with that type of maturity at that point in time to still continue playing your game and not let this interrupt what you were doing because you were there for a reason.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I was there to play ball, but at the same time, man, I'm not gonna get into that part. I'm gonna leave that one alone, man. You know.
What's your question?
Nah, I didn't really have no question, man, because you know the people I was playing for.
Yeah.
I'm not calling any names. I was dating a Caucasian young lady at 16.
You're a little light skinned.
I
can probably see that in you.
I heard this.
I can see that.
I say dating. You know, we really dating.
Yeah, go through that.
You know, so she comes to me crying one day.
Okay.
And you know me, I'm like, I ain't trying to fight nobody. I don't want to fight, but why you crying?
We're gonna wrap this up after this story too.
Yeah, I said, why you crying? She said, because your coach just told me that none of the white guys will ever like me anymore when they find out you're dating a black guy.
And you're how old are you at this point in time?
16.
16.
Between 15 and 17. I can't remember exactly.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay. You know, so I mean, like, how do you take that? Because you know, you guys have played sports. You look up to your coaches. You look up to them. And for the young lady to come tell you that your coach you looked up to told her to stop dating you because the white guys are no longer going to like her anymore when they find out she's dating a black guy.
I got a question for you. When you were dating that white young lady, did you realize you was a nigga then? Did you know you was a nigga? Did you know you was a nigga? Or you just
black?
Huh?
I know I was black.
You knew you were black.
Yeah, I know I was black.
But you didn't know you was a nigga.
Now I still don't know that.
Okay.
I still don't know that.
They viewed you as a nigga.
Yeah, I know I'm black, but I still don't know that I'm that.
They viewed you as a nigga. Oh, that nigga can hit the ball. They might not have said to see you. That nigga can run and catch.
Right.
Been fortunate not to have had to deal with certain things, but I know I can say I appreciated having the presence of my father there to see that certain things won't be tolerated. And after that point, once I say, okay, well, he's checking a scenario, those future scenarios, I'm gonna check. Right. And that's pretty much how we live by. I can see it happening. You know, I have my feelings about certain fruits and vegetables that people like to see eaten in public, but it was based off of having somebody to show me early learning, this is not okay, don't allow this. This is okay, this is how you carry yourself. But then after that, oh, coach, we're going to have a conversation at least once. Then you're going to deal with him.
Right.
I've dealt with that, so I do know. I do know.
I see, I'm different. Like when the conversation came to me, I say, yo, I'm going to do what I got to do for myself. But as far as this coach, once I'm done with him,
I'm done.
I'm done with him.
Yeah.
You know, he can laugh and fake like I don't know.
You're gonna
the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I know, brother. Know that I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So, you know, there's always been a means to an end. Like, okay, all right, that's how you feel about me.
Gotcha.
You know? Okay, cool.
Done deal.
Once I'm done with you,
so you move forward with that being done with that particular coach, even though that was your favorite coach.
He was, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurt, dog, because I was like, man, that's my guy.
Yeah.
He ain't show me nothing but love.
Yeah.
You know? But he ain't show me no love.
At that point, when it came to his own.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's probably not that he didn't love you either, or one of the coaches.
He chose his own over you.
And that's natural.
That's natural, though. That's natural.
But am I not his own?
Exactly. You're not his own.
You're not his own.
You're not his own.
But am I not his own? If I am doing everything you need me to do, how you need me to do it, and you taught me to do it, and you treat me like your own, how am I not your own?
Right. Because your name is not Little Billy.
And you look different.
I'm going to go even further. If your son has a twin bed, you separate the bunk bed and say, Tim, you sleep over here, my son sleeps in this bed.
So big.
Am I not your own?
No.
Obviously
you are not. You are not.
Or am I there just to serve a purpose?
What happened to
you are there to serve a purpose.
What happened to the sheets? I never heard it like that.
Don't worry about it.
What happened to the sheets after I left?
My fault.
Did they get burned?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or did they get washed?
Who knows? The same load. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's something
but that's
focus on.
But again, you were a young man at that time.
Did he teach you something good?
He did.
Very much so. Take that and go with it.
Take it and go. Okay. That's why I say.
I got you.
A means to an end.
A means to an end.
A means to an
end. But I'm saying, you had to have known, because like you said, either I'm going to have this conversation with him, or I'm going to be done with him completely.
When I'm done.
You had a vibe.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay.
And did you have your father to have that conversation with you at that point in time?
Man. So
somebody male.
So listen, man. I did not have my father at that point in time.
Okay.
My father happened to leave when I was 7, and I love him to death. So, Dad, if you see this is no kind of hit on you. I'm gonna throw you all kinds of birthday parties or whatever. But I hated you for a long time. You know, he left when I was 7, showed back up when I was 16, but didn't really show up. But now we thick as thieves. But I'm not gonna say I didn't have anybody to have the conversation with. I didn't have anybody that I felt like I could trust to have the conversation with.
Okay.
You know, that I can go to and say, hey, this happened. To not make a scene, for one, and 2, just to tell me what I was experiencing.
Right.
You know, like how we're sitting here as men now. Think about how you've been black all your lives, and the bunch of us that are here in this room. How many times have you had a conversation like this with another black male to positively influence you to do what you need to do? Either you didn't feel like having it, and it will come out the way you want, or they didn't give you what you needed.
Yeah,
correct.
I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. You had your father there to talk to and guide you and teach you the way.
Yes, sir.
You know, when I grew up, I was told, hey, keep your hair cut, keep your brush cut, because ain't nobody gonna hire you to get no jobs but respectable and presentable.
Right.
But who decided what respectable and presentable is?
The game.
Right.
The game we gotta play.
Right. We going by their markers.
It was ingrained in you from society.
Right.
And I say that too because what you're saying is I dealt with through my childhood. I didn't have my father. My father passed away when I was probably 15, going on 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. So I didn't get the conversations. Like you said, your father wasn't present. I didn't have a father period at that point at one time. So I do remember the last thing my father, because I was against the grain. I was against the grain from day one, as far as I can remember back. So hey, everybody had low cuts, fresh lineups. I was like, yo, I'm growing my hair out. I want the biggest afro I can possibly grow. All right. Once I did that, it wasn't enough for me to have good grades with a big afro. I said, you know what? I'm pushing the envelope. I want my hair locked up. My mom and dad, nope, you're not going to do that. They're gonna stereotype you. They're gonna say that you're a thug. They're gonna say that you're a bad influence. They're gonna say that you're a bad young man. Plus the size that you are. You know what I mean? You're a little bit bigger. They're gonna say that you're a bad influence on others. If you're gonna do these things, if you're gonna have this type of hairdo and hairstyle, you have to be 10 times better than the next individual with a short haircut that fits the mold. You know what I mean? All right, so you're gonna have to dress nice. You're gonna have to dress presentable. Right. All right, and according to your attributes of what presentable is, neatly dressed, no sagging pants. Right. You know what I mean? Shirts tucked in. Right. That type of deal. If you're gonna have your hair a certain way, and that's what I had to do. And even after my father passed, and that didn't even no longer apply to me, I still applied that same thing towards my life. I was like, you know what? Nope, let me do this because I look a certain way. Let me make sure I'm on my P's and Q's a little bit more because I look a certain way. And this is what I choose to go. And you know, all throughout my whole entire life, from 16 on up, I've heard the same thing. You say, hey, you speak very well for yourself for a young man of color. Am I not supposed to be able to do that? I went to school just like everybody else. Right, man. Okay. Not only that, you dress very well for a young man of your age. You're a teenager. You dress very well. Right. Am I not supposed to? Right. I'm looking at the rest of the people. Right. They do that too. And I'm talking about these people. Right. You know what I mean? So it stuck with me a very long time with that being the standard, as you say, the standard. So of course, as soon as I was of age, man, I went completely against it. I went get everything tattooed I could possibly get. You know, but again, my car got to be the flashiest car that I can possibly get. Fast. Yes, exactly. Okay. But when I get pulled over and they run my plates, everything's legit. When they pull my license, there's no infractions. Correct. You know what I mean? When they ask me about what school I go to, and I can tell them the school, I can tell them the teachers, and I can give them credentials of what I do and what I've known, then the story kind of changes. And in my mind state at that point in time, and this is a long time ago, this is back in the 90s, I felt I was changing the narrative for people of my stature. People that look like you. That look like me. Right. Young men of color with long hair, long locks, or whatever the case may be. I was changing the narrative for them so that the cops couldn't always say, hey, when you pull over this guy and his hair looks like this and he's this color, he's automatically going to be a drug dealer or he's automatically going to be this. Because they're going to pull me over and they're like, hey, where's the school you go to? I know such and such. Right. Where do you work at? Well, I work at such and such. I worked there for such and such years. Oh, let me pull your license. Let me pull you and see if you got a record. Do that. They do that, and they can't find anything. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I kind of parallel what you say too, because I live my life in such a way to have no blemishes at all, to always be above the game, ahead of things, to go out of my way for people to feel comfortable because I am a black person, to change what their stereotype is of black people. Yeah. You know, so I've done that for a long time too. So I mean, I think we one and the same in that respect. But why do we feel like we have to be exactly that? Are we not enough?
We kind of push it on ourselves too, because it'd be instances where like, oh, if you don't talk a certain way, it's like, are you really black? Right. Or
I got that too.
Why you listen to rock instead of listen to rap?
I got that too.
Got that problem too. So it's on both sides of the court.
Yeah, I have people say all the time, man, like that man really like growing up. A lot of times I don't feel like I was one of us, you know, because I played
Baseball.
Hey, I play baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sport that's deemed, not for us, although Jackie Robinson was the guy.
Yeah.
Because I spoke a certain way, I talked a certain way, it was deemed like, yo, he ain't really like us. But I really am like you and like me.
You have no choice. Yeah.
Right. I really ain't got no choice. When they look at me, they see you, brother.
Correct.
No matter how I talk, no matter what I do. But we are, I tell Reba this all the time, we are magnificent people. However, I don't feel like we take the time to trust each other enough, to love each other enough, to get the sleep apnea checked out. But I'm gonna leave him alone right now. But we don't trust each other enough to trust each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wrote a book. I won't publish it because I'm afraid of failure. The only reason I won't publish the book because I'm afraid of failure.
You know what failure means?
What do you mean?
First attempt in learning.
I like
First attempt in learning.
I like it. I don't like fail though.
It's your first attempt.
So you said I should publish?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Help me.
First attempt in
That's
learning.
it. Help me.
Put it down and see what happens.
Help me.
Sponsor.
Sponsor me.
Help
Help me. But like anytime anything's wrong with this man's motorcycle,
Hey, man.
I'm just saying.
Age, motorcycle.
What kind of motorcycle he got again?
Tell your story, man.
Tell your story.
What kind of motorcycle he got again?
Finish your story.
Anytime anything's wrong with his
Do they still make that motorcycle?
Anytime anything's wrong with his motorcycle,
Okay.
or he wants to change his motorcycle,
I just go get a 2021 or 2022.
shut up, man.
2023.
He changes his motorcycle himself. He changes it, or he calls me. Somebody that looks like him, somebody that looks like us. I just got a motorcycle in 3 damn totes and put it back together. I didn't go to school for this. I wasn't taught for this. But at one point I said, I'm going to teach myself and I'm going to learn.
No, sir.
Because it got to be done.
Because it's got to be done.
Okay.
How many people can you say, and you do the same thing?
I was waiting for the question. I was ready to raise my hand.
But how many people can you say, if they're Anglo-Saxon, Black, Latino, whatever, can do that? So part of my life now, I want to let all the kids know that look like me. Brother, we are authentic, we are fantastic, we are smart, and it ain't always got to be the narrative that's put out there for you.
Correct.
You can create your own narrative. One of the richest brothers I know is a cousin of mine that never graduated high school. And the one thing he told me was, you don't have to fit your narrative, brother.
No, sir.
You don't have to fit it to be successful. Because the narrative is created, we got to fit a certain mold to be successful. I got a bachelor's degree, I got a master's degree, and I'm still fighting for a company to pay me more. You know what I'm saying? But instead I have to listen to people that don't know what I know in my profession.
Tell you what.
Tell me what to do and make way more than me. However, they don't know what I know.
And can't do what you do.
And can't do what I do. I went to grad school, got my master's degree and bought 2 books the entire time I was in grad school. And they feel like they can watch a damn webinar or get a certificate
And know what you know.
and know what I know and tell me what to do.
I ain't playing the wrong game.
You know what I'm saying? Not because they know and they're smarter. What gives them that feeling to feel like, hey, we can tell him what to do because he's got to listen to what we say and how we say it.
It's an industry they control.
The industry they control.
Yeah.
So now when I got people telling me, hey, go back to school, get your PhD. Why? Why should I get my PhD? Why should I become a doctor and when I'm going to make the same money?
Put you in debt all over again.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I pay way more and I'm going to get paid. So that takes us to the next segment. Is education overrated?
Different time, different place.
Different time, different
I want to
place.
thank y'all brothers for coming out, sitting with us, having this conversation.
Right.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for chopping it up at the Homeboy Hangout Podcast. This episode is sponsored by Source One Custom, Short Dog Cycles, Graphic Creations by Lisa, Pink Graffiti, and all them other people that's going to start sponsoring.